there is all this talk that we've just heard from the mayor about the takeover of government by Obama and his administration, which is so over the top, with the greatest respect, Mr. Mayor. And also, you know, your judgment in people has not been stellar. You know, Bernard Kerik, anybody? So the fact that you're supporting Rubio now, I don't know exactly how seriously you should take it.
Ariana,
Wow.
I don't want to bring up the fact that I first met you when you had a warm embrace of Newt Gingrich.
I know, but
I mean, do we really want to go back to the 1990s?
But the point is that here, I mean, the mayor is responsible for Bernard Kerik's rise. Now you want to be responsible for Rubio's rise? I don't know if
Well, no, you know, Ariana, I'm also responsible.
Do you mind if I leave before you start talking about people?
I mean, this is
Ariana, I'm also responsible largely for the turnaround of New York City.
Yeah.
I took over a city that had 2,000 murders a year. I left a city with 400 or 500 murders a year. I took over a city with 1.1 million people on welfare. I left a city with 500,000 people on welfare. I took over a city with a $2.3 million deficit. I left a city with a $3 million surplus. I hired a lot of good people to do that.
And by the way,
I hired a lot of good, and I made some big mistakes in doing it.
Let me just say,
to characterize my administration from one guy, when thousands did a great job.
I only talked about
It's just a cheap shot.
well, but I mean, that is a cheap shot. That's a cheap shot.
Let's just talk about presidential politics.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I want to no. I want to stop. I want to stop right now.
I'm perfectly honest about it.
I want to talk also though about Bernie Kerik for a second. I know nobody else will agree with me, so this is just me talking and nobody else. Bernie Kerik did a hell of a job also keeping New York City safe, too. It's an unpopular thing to say. Bernie Kerik made mistakes. A lot of people make mistakes. I was glad Bernie Kerik was standing behind Rudy Giuliani on September 11th. And the bottom line is, Ariana, if Rudy Giuliani did not run for president of the United States, Bernie Kerik would be walking the streets today. Because the second Rudy Giuliani started running for president of the United States, the long knives came out, and they started searching everybody's record, and they found somebody who made some bad mistakes in Bernie Kerik. So,
but of course, this has nothing.